Good morning. Thank you for being a Patreon member. I wanted to point out this comfrey plant. It's starting to bloom. I think they're one of the most beautiful plants in the entire lexicon of the plant world. And these guys are just glorious. And if you go back in our monthly walk-arounds, you can see that it's been less than a month before this even started growing. Because in middle of March, when I did my walkthrough of the greenhouse, this guy wasn't growing at all. Because it was dormant for winter, and then it just took off. And these are just beautiful buds on here, absolutely glorious. And a few of them are just beginning to open. But those are the prettiest things in the world. I absolutely love those guys. They are so wonderful. And we can just turn and kind of look at those. So the first couple on here have opened, but look at all the buds that are on there. So this is going to be blooming for quite a while. I wish there were more insects right now to be able to eat some of this stuff. I'm really excited about this. It's so big you can't even see the pot. And if you remember to other videos how big these pots are, they're 55-gallon barrels that are cut in half. That's the size of them. Not all of them were barrels, but that was the size of them. So this guy is about 3.5 feet tall up here to the very top of it. So that is just such a glorious plant. Comfrey is wonderful. It has a lot of great uses. I think people have abused it in the past and used too much of it. Just like any medicine, you need to use it with prudence and skill. And sometimes I think people have got toxified from using too much comfrey. And so there's actually a ruling from the FDA saying that comfrey shouldn't be used for human consumption, blah blah blah. So do your research on medicinal herbs and understand them before you just start using them willy-nilly. But it's so glorious, just as a diversity plant, to have different kinds of plants for the diversity of your garden. It feeds different types of insects and helps the soil. It's a big plant and it grows fast, so it produces a lot of biomass for the compost. And the people who understand the medicinal herbs, they can tell you all kinds of fascinating and glorious things about the comfrey plant. So here it is. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. And comfrey has lookalikes, and sometimes people get confused. Sometimes people think burdock is comfrey, and they say, oh, it grows wild. Well, it doesn't. Let me show you burdock. So this is burdock right here, or just plain old dock. But so this one, this is another medicinal plant, but it's different. So there's burdock. Let me do a close-up. So that was a little bit close of a close-up. So there's dock right there, and you can kind of get a good look at that. Okay, memorize that. Now we're going to pan to the comfrey. Alright, see how they're a little bit different? So comfrey, burdock. So they are different. So don't confuse the two. Hopefully this helps you look at your comfrey in your greenhouse.